Hello everybody and welcome to another video. I am Buddy Strange, this is StrangeVoodooTV, and I hope you guys are doing pretty good today. This is the weekly pick'em video, and last week was better, but man, I am taking a beating this last couple weeks, so hopefully I can pick better today. But first, the win of the week, and for me, I'm kind of tied between a couple, but I'm gonna have to give it to Tennessee for their win over Philly. It was just, I picked Philly, and it's not just because of that. It's because Mike Vrabel has brass balls, man. That guy went for it like 3 times on 4th down during that game, and I think all 3 might have been on that last drive. I know at least 2 of them were, and that was crazy. That's insane. Are you kidding me? Good job, Mike Vrabel was able to pull out the win in overtime, and that's win of the week for sure. The other 2 that was kind of like, was Chicago over Tampa Bay and Cincinnati over Atlanta. Those 2 games were also impressive by the winning teams, but man, I have to give that to the Tennessee Titans just because of the overtime heroics. Alright, and then my loss of the week is actually also, again, kind of up in the air, but I'm going to have to give it to Indianapolis for letting the 0-3 Houston Texans come in to their house and beat them at home in overtime as well on some crazy plays. Indianapolis, oh, come on, Frank Reich. You don't go for it on 4th down in your own territory unless you are faking a punt, showing punt, then you can go for it. You just don't show up on the line with your whole offense and just present that you're just gonna go for it. I mean, and yeah, I would be saying differently, just like I did with Mike Vrabel, if tables were turned. But Mike Vrabel was down. He was down. Like, he had to go for it. Frank Reich wasn't down. They were still tied. And, oh man, come on. Come on, Frank Reich. But rookie head coach, rookie mistake. He'll get better. I'm sure. I have full confidence that Frank Reich will be maybe not the next Doug Peterson, but pretty close. I think the Colts are in good hands is what I'm saying. But that loss to Houston was definitely a hit for the Colts, and thus the loss of the week. All right, really quickly, my players of the week. Offensive player of the week, Mitch Trubisky. Oh yeah, 6 touchdowns. Oh, every time you're going to get it. Every time you're going to get offensive player of the week with those kind of stats. The defensive player of the week is going to be the referees. Mainly the Cleveland-Oakland game referees. That was atrocious. Probably one of the worst games outside of the replacement refs that I've ever seen. Like, man, that was a 1st down. That was a strip set. Anyway, aside from that kind of joke, J.D. Von Clowney, I'm going to give the award to him for Defensive Player of the Week. He definitely earned it. I think he had 2 sacks and he definitely helped the Texans in that win against the Colts. Special Teams Player of the Week is going to be Brett Maher for the Cowboys. Yeah, he kicked a complete game, flawless game, and yeah, have to give it to him. Kicked the game-winning field goal to barely get the Cowboys to win over the Lions, so yeah, have to give it to him. Rookie Offensive Player of the Week is going to be Nick Chubb. He had 3 carries, 105 yards, and 2 TDs. Oh my god, that was a sick performance by Chubb. Just giving Hugh Jackson a full Chubb on the sideline. I just know it watching him run. Capturing that beast mode ability, just slashing, dashing, powering his way to touchdowns. It was crazy. Definitely helped keep them in the game up until the end, where the Defensive Player of the Week referees were able to stop him on that drive and force a punt. Anyway, Defensive Rookie of the Week is going to be Darius Leonard. He's been in contention for this award for the past couple weeks. I kind of thought about giving it to him last week, but I gave it to Derwin James, but he's going to earn it this week with 13 tackle performance with a sack to complement that. Is just, yeah, no doubt about it. He was coming to work and getting his business done efficiently and he played really well. So yeah, he's going to get Defensive Rookie of the Week this week. He just may be the Defensive Rookie of the Year, but man, he is on pace to have a wild season. Already 4 sacks, just crazy. And I think he leads the league in tackles. Oh man, yeah, that's a monster outing for the rookie. That's good for him. All right, guys, time for the picks. Are you ready to make some picks? I know I'm not, because the past couple weeks have been horrible for me, but putting that aside, we are looking to get back and 100% this thing. Let's do this. Starting with Thursday Night Football, Colts versus Patriots. And this is going to be an interesting one, because the Patriots played well against Miami and the Colts lost to the Texans. But right now, the Colts actually kind of look like the better team. I know that sounds crazy, but they kind of do. And the Patriots don't have a run game right now, and the Dolphins really hurt themselves. That's kind of what happened. This game is going to be really interesting. I'm going to have to go with the Patriots, because I don't think the Colts running game is going to help Andrew Luck and help the team out at all. I do think Darius Leonard is going to come out and perform really well and keep them in the hunt of winning this game. And speaking of hunt, Marcus Hunt, my God, I actually didn't know he was having such an impact for the Colts, but apparently he has 4 sacks, as well as Leonard has 4 sacks, and he's playing for the Colts. So I think the defense of the Colts are going to keep them in this game. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, like T.Y. Hilton is out. Julian Edelman is coming back. Don't think either of the team's running games is going to be good. Marlon Mack is out for the Colts, putting most of the work on Hines. I just don't see the Colts getting past that hump, even with Andrew Luck and a pretty good defense. Jack Doyle's going to be out, so there's just a lot of things that go against the Colts, especially with it being in Foxborough as well. It's just, I think the Patriots are going to win, but I would not be surprised if the Colts just pull one over on New England and just come out of there, just steal a victory out from everyone, under everyone's noses, just boop, and gets it. But yeah, and I'm gonna have to go with a score of 24-20, Patriots over the Colts. All right, now into the Sunday slate of games. I have not been on the Titans train recently. The Bills, got shut out by the Packers, who could have played better. The Packers were not playing their best football, that is for sure, and they still got shut out. I don't know if the Vikings are just that bad or that was just an anomaly, but that was crazy that the Bills even have a win. I'm gonna have to go Titans here. I think the Titans are actually pretty hot. I think Mike Vrabel has added a spark. I think the defense is actually sneakily pretty damn good this year. And I think they win. I think they win 27-10 over the Bills. Easy. All right. Giants, Panthers. The Giants got a win against the Texans. The Panthers coming off a bye. I think the Panthers at home coming off a bye. They're well rested. Frankly, I think they're the better team for sure. McCaffrey's hot. Cam Newton can control the game. And the defense probably will be able to contain Barkley, who's not popping off the way I thought he was gonna. Especially like the first run he ever had against the Browns in the preseason, I thought, lock. Like before that, I was like, yeah, he's gonna be one of the best running backs. He's gonna be the next Ezekiel Elliott, Kareem Hunt, where they just come out right off the bat hot. And he's not doing that. I mean, he's doing well. He's by far not a bust, but man, it's not as good as I thought it was going to be. And I think the Panthers will be able to contain that. And yeah, I think the Panthers win 28-16 over the Giants at home. All right, Dolphins versus Bengals. This is actually a very interesting one. Dolphins coming off a loss. Bengals coming off a close win against a really good Falcons team. Although the Falcons did have some defensive players missing, that's for sure. Dolphins facing the Patriots, who beat them pretty badly in Foxborough, which is not a fun place to play anyway. The Bengals' home turf isn't as bad of a field to play at if you're a road team. That's going to be certainly a factor in my decision, but I still think the Bengals win. I think it's closer than people may think. I think the Bengals win, though, and I think they do it 31-30 over the Dolphins. Wow, that'll be back-to-back weeks for Bengals, just close victories, but I think they get it 31-30 over the Dolphins. All right, the Browns versus Ravens. The Browns at home. Baker Mayfield played hot and cold. He was like icy hot. Like Shaq should sponsor Baker Mayfield in that last game.
What could be next? I nurture my skin.
Because that was crazy. Browns should have won it for sure. I can't wrap my head around how that was an overturned call. That should have been a first down for the Browns and Carlos Hyde. It was, oh my God. The call on the field was that there wasn't if it was the other way, called the other way, fine. You keep the call that was on the field, no matter either way. It was called a first down, you keep it a first down. Anyway, the Ravens coming off a big win against the Steelers, who are not good right now, not good at all. And they're going to be on the road against the Browns, which is also a factor, not a huge one since the Browns' home stadium isn't, it's not a Kansas City, Denver, Green Bay, Seattle. It's not one of those, so they don't have to worry that much. But I think a little bit of a hit on the road team because they have to travel. I think that's going to also factor in. I think the Ravens are going to win here, just barely. I think it's going to be a close game. I do think the Ravens win, though. I think the Browns just put it all into the Raiders game and just got demoralized. I wouldn't count the Browns out, though. If the Browns win, I'm not going to be surprised, not in the least. They've been in every single game. They could easily be 4-0, and that's crazy to think about. Missed kicks in the first two games, easily wins if they had a competent kicker. If they had Greg Joseph in the first 2 weeks, wins. And I hate to do it, but bad reffing and simple mistakes that led to a loss in this past week. If those didn't happen, 4-0. Aside from all that, I think this one's going to be competitive. I wouldn't put the Browns out of it, but I am going to pick the Ravens, and I'm going to pick it 23-21 over the Browns. Yeah, it's going to be a close one. All right, Packers-Lions. Okay, yeah. I think the Packers go into Detroit, and they're going to win. They're going to win. I think they'll win 28-17. I think it could be more, but I think just because Geronimo Allison may be out and Randall Cobb is a little iffy as well. Yeah, I think they're going to rely on the run game a little bit more, which will run the clock a little faster, and I think they won't have enough time to score as much. Aaron Rodgers and Jimmy Graham will connect. I think Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams will connect. Yeah, I think Aaron Jones may get a couple. Yeah, it's going to be a good game for the Packers. I think they win here. All right, next up, Jaguars-Chiefs. Yeah, I think the Chiefs win. I think Mahomes just continues his dominance. That guy is crazy good right now. He's like a magician in the pocket, throwing ambidextrously. You know what I mean. Ambidextrously throwing the ball, a Brett Favrean type of quarterback. It's just, oh man, getting definite Brett Favre vibes from Mahomes, and he's a gunslinger, and right now he is hot, one of the best in the West right now. And I think even Blake Bortles and his godlike ability to throw a ball, everyone knows that. I don't think he'll be able to defeat Mahomes in Kansas City, which is a big bonus for the Chiefs and a definite hit to any road team coming in there, especially now when they're hot. That crowd's going to be loud, and they're going to be thunderous, and yeah, I don't think Blake Bortles will be able to handle that right. And I think the Chiefs win 42-14 over the Jaguars, asserting their dominance in the AFC and in the NFL. Next up, Broncos versus Jets. The Broncos heartbreaker against Kansas City. They're going to be mad as hell. Phillip Lindsay and Royce Freeman, they should have ran them way more way more. I think if they ran them way more, that game would have been definite Bronco win. I cannot fathom why they didn't run it more. Yeah. And their defense letting up some big plays in favor of the Chiefs. On the other hand, Sam Darnold has looked terrible. The Jets have not been able to get anything done, and I'm going to just have to say the Broncos are going to win here. I think with that running game, that tandem is just going to tear up the Jets. I think Case Keenum will probably throw a couple picks, but he'll be able to handle the game late in the game, and I think the Broncos win 20-3 over the Jets. Falcons Steelers. The Falcons are 1-3, and that is unbelievable to me. I thought they would have been better. I predicted them to be better, and they've been almost better in every game, but just barely losing. I don't think they'll be barely losing in this game. They're supposed to get Devontae Freeman back, which is going to be huge. Julio Jones hasn't got a touchdown since week 12 of last season. Are you kidding me? That's a huge stat. That's absolutely preposterous. But Calvin Ridley is playing out of his mind. Julio Jones is getting yards but not getting touchdowns. I think that might change this week. I definitely think Devontae Freeman being back is going to boost the Falcons tremendously. Their defense will be able to hold up. The Steelers aren't doing too hot on either side. Their running game is hurting, which I didn't think after the first week that it was going to. Connor was playing out of his mind, but right now it's not doing it for him, and I think the Falcons will win 31-10 over the Steelers. I think it's going to be a bad one for the Steelers, and I think they move to 1-3-1. Ouch. All right, Raiders versus LA Chargers. Yeah, I'm going to have to go Chargers here. The Raiders shouldn't have won last week against the Browns. They were definitely helped out by a couple calls and some just rookie mistakes, which Phillip Rivers will not make. And I think the defense of the Chargers are going to overwhelm the Raiders. The Raiders won't be able to do anything with their defense, and I think the Chargers will win 27-18 over the Raiders. I think the Raiders will capitalize on some of the Chargers' mistakes, but overall I think the Chargers will get them. All right, Vikings, Eagles, both teams struggling, which I wouldn't have called. If you asked me before the season, I would have been like, nah. I think the Eagles will maintain until Wentz is back and then continue to win out. And I thought the Vikings were just going to be dominant because now they have a defense, they've got a quarterback, they've got all this. Not saying that Case Keenum wasn't, but definitely Kirk Cousins I think is better. Next thing you know, Everson Griffin out for mental health issues, and then they lose to the Bills. And all this, Dalvin Cook goes down for a little bit. Yeah, it's not good for the Vikings, and I don't think it'll be here either. I think they go into Philly and lose, and I think they'll lose 24-20 against the Eagles. I think Carson Wentz is able to out-duel Kirk Cousins here, and they get the win. All right, the Cardinals, who I thought was going to win, and they almost won. They were utilizing David Johnson way better, and it just didn't happen. I think they should have used him a little bit more, especially in the passing game, and they didn't. The 49ers coming off a tough loss. I'm going to go with Cardinals, mainly because Beathard, he actually played pretty well in the last game, but I think whether it be an anomaly, whether it be whatever, whether it be mistakes by the 49ers here, I think the Cardinals barely get the win over the Niners, but I think they do. The Cardinals win 13-9 over the 49ers. I think it's going to be low scoring. Not because the defenses are that good, but because the offenses are going to be that bad. But I think the Cardinals pull it out here on the road against the 49ers, get their first win. Get Rosen his first win as a starter. Now we have the Rams versus Seahawks. If the Seahawks win, I will be beside myself, so surprised. Yeah, the Rams defense will swarm Russell Wilson, even Russell Wilson with his godlike movability and ability to evade tackles, get outside and pass the ball. I mean, with this season, anything is possible, I guess, but no way will the Rams lose this game, in my opinion. If they do, I have no idea what life is anymore. And yeah, like if they that will definitely, I know it's not the same record or anything, and the Seahawks are playing better than that, but I think this would be the equivalent of the Vikings Bills like surprise if the Seahawks were to win, even though it's in Seattle. I think the Rams are just dominant, and they should easily be able to win this game. I think they get yet another 30 burger, and I think they win 37-9 over the Seahawks. Yes, that's how confident I am in this Rams team, and how not confident I am in the Seahawks. There's no way. All right, the battle for Texas. Okay. Cowboys coming off a win that they barely got over the Lions. The Lions, who are playing pretty poorly. The Texans coming off a win against a solid Colts team. Yeah, I'm going to have to give this win to the Texans at home. I think J.J. Watt comes in, Jadeveon Clowney comes in, and just gives Dak Prescott hell. Even with Ezekiel Elliott, who had one of his best games last week, coming into this game, I think they'll be able to stop him pretty well. I don't think he'll get over 100 yards. In my estimation, my opinion, I don't think he'll get over 100 yards this game. He may total yards, but not rushing yards. I think the Texans on offense will be able to take advantage, although David Irvin is coming back this week from suspension. They do have the sack leader in DeMarcus Lawrence, so that's going to be tough. But I do think the Texans will win, and I think they'll win 26-14 over the Cowboys. I think the Texans will get the win at home here for sure. Are you ready for some football? A Monday night party. Monday night football. Redskins versus Saints. Redskins coming off a bye. The Saints coming off a win. And right now, I think the Saints are pretty hot. They're using Taysom Hill perfectly. Are you kidding me? Taysom Hill is a manimal. That guy's taken over the league by storm. This guy is a superstar, and he's definitely outplaying Drew Brees and everyone on the Saints team. People just don't know it yet. Anyway, no, I think the Saints will win. I think Drew Brees will light the Redskins up. I think Alex Smith and Adrian Peterson will definitely play well. I don't think the Redskins win this game, and I think the Saints win it 28-17 over the Redskins. Yeah, I think the Saints get this one. Even with a poor defense, that's how I think Alex Smith and Adrian Peterson will play well, but I think in the end, Saints will get it. And that's going to wrap up the weekly Pick'em League for this week. Week 5. Can you believe it? We are in week 5 of the NFL season already. A quarter of the season is done. I cannot believe it. Anyway, if you want to pick against me, link is in the description below. weeklypick'em.fantasy.nfl.com. Just look for me if you want to go that way, which I don't know why you would when the link is in the description below. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Come on, show me a little love. Buddy Strange needs a little love. Come on, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already and have been watching some of these videos and have enjoyed them. If you want to tell me anything, hit me up in the comments below. I will definitely take a look at it. And I do have to say thank you to Johnny Hot Dog for the strangest comment I have gotten so far. He is embodying, when I say to you guys, keep it strange, he is embodying that. And, and I thank you, Johnny Hot Dog, for this comment, which is on the screen right now, or I'll put on the screen right now. It says, please do a career with Buddy Strange, but shit your pants. And you know what? This is why I'm doing these videos, is because, and I've got to say, that is awesome. Thank you, Johnny Hot Dog, for that comment of the week, for sure. Anyway, as always, I'm Buddy Strange. This is StrangeVoodooTV. Keep it strange, everybody. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.